Okay, let's speak for a moment here with Kenneth Mayfield, chairman of the Committee for King. This is a pre-recorded segment from late last week, a big MLK weekend here in Tupelo. And Kenneth, first off, welcome back. We had you on the show last week, and welcome back to the program.
Yes, good to be back again.
I want to ask you just kind of some to give me some personal thoughts on Martin Luther King. I know when he was killed, you were a teenager at the time.
Yes.
So kind of what was that impact on you? Because I'm sure, you were paying very close attention to that whole movement at that time.
Yes, I was a senior in high school in 1968. I graduated from Fannie Carter High in Oklahoma, which is now Oklahoma High School.
You're fine.
And so I was a senior that year, looking forward to graduating from high school and enrolling in Ole Miss when I received the news that Dr. King had been assassinated in Memphis, Tennessee. And it was like one of those it was like a parent that the news hit like a brick, and it was like a parent had just been killed.
Yeah.
I actually was 9 years old when my father was killed in an automobile accident, and the impact that Dr. King had was more dramatic than when my father got killed, because I was younger, of course, at that
Sure.
time. And but it was a very sinking feeling. Like, now the world is going to turn upside down. So the things that we had hoped for under Dr. King, it was like, now we'll never see them come to fruition.
Yeah. Which, as it turned out, thankfully, his legacy
Yes.
carried, and other people carried on his legacy and his dream. And I kind of curious how you became a civil rights attorney.
Yes.
How did he inspire you?
Well, when I went to Ole Miss as a freshman, of course, that was kind of breaking ranks from the status quo in Oklahoma. In fact, I took pride in being the first black to leave Oklahoma to go to Ole Miss. My mother resisted it, and rightfully so. But after 2 years at Ole Miss, I was suspended for civil rights demonstrations. And after I got kicked out of Ole Miss, I went to Tupelo College. And it was there at Tupelo College where I had decided to kind of work within the system. I had already decided to become a lawyer, but my idea was to be a rich lawyer. And after my experiences and transition to Tupelo College, I decided that I wanted to fight for civil rights.
I'm kind of curious, what was the specifics of the Ole Miss situation there?
We went into an event at Fulton Chapel in 1970, February 1970, and a group was performing there, international group of youth, and my name of it was Up With People, and consists of, I think, over 100 nationalities. So it's a peace-loving group that was there,
Right.
and we thought it was a good opportunity for us to go in and kind of take over the mic system and make our situation known at Ole Miss. And so a group of us went in and demonstrated, went on stage with the group, and commenced to help them sing. And our help was not appreciated, should I say.
Well, I can't fault your enthusiasm.
So they got 8 of us got kicked out. They
Wow.
called us the 8 leaders. It was not so much leaders; it was that we were at the front.
Right.
And they took our pictures, and they had good evidence on us,
Oh,
and
man.
some of the others they didn't have as good of evidence.
Well, now that it's 2016, Kenneth, I mean, from that time to now, just how far have we come? I know we got a long way to go still, but
We've come a long way. We've come a long way. We actually came a long way in a very short period of time when you look at it in perspective.
yeah.
From 1968, for example, to the 1980s, we have made remarkable progress. Unfortunately, we're dealing with some issues now that facing our community that I think are hampering our progress. It's just some issues that I'm concerned with that I see in our communities involving youth, and this is in the African American community.
Yeah.
So we made a lot of progress for sure, but I'm not sure we are making progress as we sit here and speak right now. I think we're still riding on the backs of those who paved the way to get us to where we are today.
I got you. Well, what's it going to take, you think, to go beyond that?
I'm thinking it's going to take some awakening in the community, and I think this movement needs to come from within the ranks of the African American community. I'm really concerned with our youth. Do they even get the message of where we've come from? We have our youth, for example, that we have a very difficult time getting them to even vote.
Yeah.
They don't see a need to vote. And they'll say, well, they are going to do what they are going to do in a way and don't take the opportunity to go vote. Some of the images that I'm seeing in our community that are disturbing.
Yeah.
Years ago, we had a problem with the saggy pants, for example, and I'm glad to know that that's not as bad as it used to be.
Yeah.
We made a little progress on that. My son finished high school at Tupelo High, and I was dealing with him trying to wear the saggy pants too. And I was taking my son and daughter to school, and I'm asking him, "Do you actually think I'm going to let you get out of my car and with your pants sagging?" And so he would wear a long shirt because that was so much in at that time.
Yeah.
And now, of course, he's a grown man and he can sag if he wants to, but he decides not to. It's not such a good thing to do, you know. So we got a lot of work in our community, and it's going to take a wake-up call. I don't know. I was kind of hoping this police misconduct issue might wake up the community, that we make some changes. But these changes, I truly feel like a lot of these are going to have to come from within the community.
Mr. Kenneth Mayfield, again, Chairman of the Committee for King, Civil Rights Attorney. Thanks for your time, sir.
Thank you.